The alien queen pointed to the youngest human soldier and said, "He will be mine." Maya stood frozen among the line of captured soldiers. The alien queen towered over them with her iridescent skin, catching the light of 3 moons through the massive, crystal windows. Her 6 eyes narrowed as she examined each human carefully. The diplomatic mission had gone terribly wrong. What was supposed to be a peaceful first contact with the Zarelians had turned into a disaster when their ship malfunctioned and crashed on the outskirts of the royal city. Now they were prisoners being inspected like cattle. The queen moved with incredible grace despite her impressive height of nearly 8 feet. Her silver robes flowed around her slender frame as she walked past each member of the Earth delegation. Maya tried not to tremble as those multiple eyes scanned her face. When the queen reached Sam, the youngest member of their security team, she stopped. Her mouth, parts clicked in what Maya recognized as interest. "He will be mine," the queen announced, her translator device making her voice sound almost musical. She extended a long 6-fingered hand toward Sam Captain. Kate stepped forward, despite the armed guards tensing around them. "Your Majesty, we came in peace. We mean no harm to your people." The queen tilted her head at an angle impossible for human necks. "I am aware of your intentions, Captain, but your ship damaged sacred grounds. Your people must make amends." She gestured to Sam again. "This one will serve in my personal court." Maya watched horror spread across Sam's face. He was only 22, fresh out of academy training. The poor kid looked like he might pass out. "The rest of you will be housed separately until we determine what to do with you," the queen continued. "All except you." She suddenly pointed at Maya. Her 6 eyes blinked in sequence. "You will accompany your young warrior to the palace. You seem to share a bond." Maya felt her blood run cold. It was true, she had taken Sam under her wing during training. He was like a younger brother to her. But how could the alien queen possibly know that? That night, Maya found herself in luxurious quarters connected to Sam's by a transparent barrier that allowed them to see but not hear each other. The Zarelian palace was a marvel of engineering with gravity adjustments that made the heavy atmosphere breathable for humans. Maya paced, trying to make sense of their situation. When a panel slid open, she jumped back expecting guards instead. A smaller female Zarelian entered. Her skin was pale blue rather than the queen's purple, and she had only 4 eyes. "I am Vela," the alien introduced herself. "I serve her radiance." "I have come to explain what Maya asked. Why your queen wants." Sam Vela made a gesture that might have been embarrassment. "Your male is unique among your kind. Our scans show unusual genetic markers. His resilience to our atmosphere is remarkable. Our species is dying. Maya, we need new genetic material to survive." "The queen sees something special in your young warrior." Maya crossed her arms. "This is kidnapping. You can't just take him." Vela tilted her head. "The queen does not wish harm. She offers an exchange. Your young warrior for technology beyond. Your understanding weapons defenses, medical advances. Your world would benefit greatly, and if we refuse," Maya asked, "then you remain our guests until diplomatic solutions are found." Vela replied, her tone suddenly cooler. Maya knew what guests meant. They were prisoners? She had to find a way to contact Earth to send help, but their communication devices had been confiscated after the crash. Over the next 3 days, Maya was allowed to see Sam, but only through the barrier. He looked tired but unharmed. On the 4th day, guards came to escort them to the throne room. The queen sat upon a massive crystal throne. Her 6 eyes fixed on them as they entered. Maya noticed other Zarelian females of various ranks standing along the walls. Some looked at Sam with obvious interest. "I have decided your fate," the queen announced. "Your ship will be repaired, but it will take 1 full cycle of our largest moon. The repairs require rare materials, and during that time," Sam asked, speaking directly to the queen. "For the first time you will learn our ways," the queen replied. "You will share your human knowledge, you will help us understand your species, and I will decide if you are worthy." Worthy of what? Maya asked, unable to keep silent. The queen rose from her throne, moving with that unnatural grace. Her multiple eyes blinked in sequence as she approached them. worthy of saving us, she said softly. That night a grand feast was held. The humans were guests of honor, though still clearly prisoners. Maya noticed how the Zarelian females watched Sam with fascination. Most of the crew seemed to relax, enjoying the exotic food and drink. But Maya remained vigilant. Captain Kate sidled up to her. "Keep your eyes open," she whispered. "Something isn't right about this place the Queen's interest in." "Sam feels wrong," Maya nodded. "I think they want something from us. Something specific." As the night progressed, Sam was invited to sit near the Queen. She spoke to him at length while Maya watched carefully. She couldn't hear their conversation, but she could see Sam's expression change from fear to surprise to interest. Later, when they were returned to their quarters, Sam seemed thoughtful. "They think I'm special," he told Maya through a new communication device they'd been given, some kind of genetic thing. "What do they want from you?" Maya asked. He shrugged. "I don't know exactly. But the Queen mentioned something about cooperation in the future of both our species." Maya didn't like the sound of that. She lay awake that night, watching the 3 moons of this alien world through her window. Something was very wrong here. And somehow Sam was at the center of it all. She needed to find out what the Zarelians really wanted before it was too late. 2 weeks after the attack, the Earthship departed with most of the crew. Captain Kate, Maya, and Sam remained behind as agreed. The secondary palace deep beneath the surface of the planet became their new home. It was smaller than the royal palace, but even more technologically advanced. Sam began his work with the Zarelian scientists. The process was less invasive than Maya had feared. They only required blood and tissue samples. They treated him with respect, even reverence, Maya noticed. Despite his initial reservations, Sam seemed to be adapting well to his role. Captain Kate focused on establishing diplomatic relations. She spent long hours with the Queen's advisors, learning about Zarelian culture, government, and technology. She seemed particularly interested in their faster-than-light travel capabilities, which far exceeded Earth's. Maya took her security role seriously. She investigated the rebel attack, mapping out potential threats. She learned that the traditionalist faction opposed the Queen, not just for seeking outside genetic material, but for her progressive reforms in general. They believed in Zarelian purity and the old ways. During her investigations, Maya discovered something unexpected. The Queen's personal logs, accessible through a terminal she had been granted access to, revealed a deeper truth. The Zarelian males hadn't simply become infertile through natural evolution. Their genetic degradation had been caused by ancient weapons used in a war with another species centuries ago. The damage had been growing worse with each generation. The Queen's own father had been the last truly healthy male born. This explained the desperation behind the Queen's interest in Sam. The entire species was facing extinction due to a war crime committed against them. One morning, Maya found Sam in the garden area of the underground complex. He looked troubled. "What's wrong?" she asked. He sighed. "They showed me the simulations today. If their predictions are right, the first hybrid children would be born mostly human in appearance, but with some Zarelian traits. The Queen seems pleased, but some of the scientists are concerned about what?" Maya asked. "That the children will be too human, not enough Zarelian, that their species will effectively end, replaced by something new." Sam ran a hand through his hair. "It's a lot of pressure. Being responsible for the future of an entire species." Maya sat beside him. "You can still change your mind. We could find a way home." He shook his head. "I've given my word. And honestly, Maya, they need help. Their situation, it's not their fault. Some ancient enemy did this to them deliberately." Later that day, Maya was summoned by Captain Kate to a secure room. The captain looked serious. "I need your complete honesty," she said. "Are you developing feelings for Sam?" Maya was startled by the question. "He's like a brother to me." Why? Kate nodded. "The Queen has been asking about your relationship. She seems concerned about emotional attachments. I think she's planning something involving you." "What do you mean?" Maya asked. The captain leaned closer. "I've been studying their genetic research. They need more than just Sam. They need at least 50 different human donors to create a viable hybrid population, and they need human females to carry the first generation. Their own females can't do it. Maya felt the blood drain from her face. You're saying that the Queen intends to request female volunteers from Earth? Kate finished. And I think she is considering you as the first. Maya sat back processing this information. Is that why they wanted me to stay? Because they were evaluating me? Possibly, Kate admitted. But there's more. The traditionalists are growing stronger. There's talk of another attack. The Queen is rushing the research. That night Maya couldn't sleep. She paced her quarters, thinking about everything she'd learned. When a soft chime indicated someone at her door, she was surprised to see Vela. I must speak with you, the alien said, her voice low. The Queen does not know I am. Here, Maya let her in. What is it? Vela seemed nervous, her 4 eyes darting around the room. There is a traitor among us. The rebel attack was not random. They knew exactly where to find your young warrior. Someone told them. Maya frowned. Why tell me this? Because I fear for your safety, Vela replied. The traitor may target you next to prevent the Queen's plans. You are important to her strategy. What strategy? Maya asked, seizing the opportunity. Vela hesitated, then spoke quickly. The Queen believes that your emotional bond with the human male will make you an ideal candidate to carry the first hybrid child. She will ask for your voluntary participation. Soon. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. So Captain Kate was right. I tell you this because you deserve to make your choice with full knowledge, Vela continued. The Queen is not evil. She seeks to save our people, but her methods are sometimes disturbing. She keeps secrets. What kind of secrets? Maya pressed Vela, moved toward the door. There have been other species before you. Other attempts, all failures. The Queen is desperate. This is our last hope. After Vela left, Maya sat in stunned silence. Other species. Other attempts. What had happened to them? She needed to talk to Sam immediately. She tried to access his quarters but found the corridors blocked by guards. They informed her that Sam was in an important procedure and could not be disturbed until morning. Maya returned to her room, but sleep was impossible. She accessed the terminal instead, searching for information about previous alien contact. The records were heavily encrypted, but her security clearance granted by Captain Kate allowed her to access fragments. She discovered mentions of at least 3 other species the Xerelians had contacted over the past century, each time a similar pattern: genetic sampling followed by diplomatic incidents and severed relations. No mention of successful hybrids. When morning came, Maya went straight to Captain Kate's quarters. The captain was already awake, studying Xerelian star charts. We need to talk, Maya said without preamble. They tried this before. With other species. Kate nodded grimly. I know, I've been gathering intel. Their scientists can't figure out why the hybrid embryos keep failing. Something about genetic incompatibility. But they believe humans are different. Our DNA is supposedly more adaptable. Maya paced the room. Then why didn't they just tell us the truth? Why the kidnapping? The secrecy? Kate sighed. Think about it, Maya. What would Earth say to, hey, can we have 50 of your people for breeding experiments? The Queen took the only approach she thought would work. Get a few humans here, first prove the concept, then negotiate a larger agreement. What about Sam? Maya asked. Is he in danger? Don't think so, Kate replied. They genuinely need him alive and cooperative. It's you I'm worried about. The Queen seems fixated on you as the first surrogate. Maya felt her stomach tighten. I need to see Sam. They found him in his quarters, looking pale, but otherwise healthy. He smiled when they entered, but his expression quickly turned serious when they explained what they'd discovered. I knew they were desperate. But this, he said, shaking his head. Multiple species. We need to be careful. Maya warned him. There's a traitor somewhere in the palace, someone working with the traditionalists. Before they could discuss further, an alarm sounded throughout the complex. A voice spoke in Zarelian, then switched to English. All personnel to secure locations. Rebel forces approaching. The three humans exchanged looks. So much for being careful. Sam said guards arrived to escort them to a secure bunker even deeper underground. They were joined by the Queen and her key advisors, including Vela. The rebels have found our location, the Queen announced. They approach with weapons. They seek to end our research before it succeeds. How did they find us? Maya asked, looking pointedly at each Zarelian present. The Queen turned her 6 eyes to Maya, suspicion evident. I wonder that myself. Perhaps one of our human guests is not as loyal as they appear. Captain Kate stepped forward. Your Majesty, with respect, we've been nothing but cooperative despite being brought here against our will. The Queen seemed to consider. This then nodded. Perhaps the traitor is closer to me than I realized. She looked at her advisors. Each of you has known of our location. Her gaze lingered on Vela, who lowered her eyes. Weapons fire echoed above them. The Queen turned to Sam. You must be protected at all costs. If you are lost, our species is lost. Maya moved protectively closer to Sam, watching the Zarelians carefully. The walls around them shook with the force of explosions. The rebels were getting closer. Despite her misgivings about the Queen's plans, Maya knew they needed to survive this attack first. Then they could worry about hidden agendas and secret experiments. For now, they were all trapped together facing a common enemy. 1 week passed in the palace. Maya observed how the Zarelians treated Sam with a strange mixture of reverence and scientific curiosity. He was given special foods apparently designed to enhance his health and subjected to daily medical scans that Vela assured them were harmless. Maya herself was granted more freedom to explore the palace. She began to learn fragments of the Zarelian language, though the translator devices made communication easy. She noticed something troubling during her explorations. There were almost no males in the palace, only females of various ranks. During one of her authorized walks through the royal gardens, Maya spotted a single Zarelian male. He appeared frail, much smaller than the females, with dulled skin and only 2 functioning eyes. When he noticed her watching, he quickly retreated into a side passage. Maya mentioned this to Vela during their next meeting. Why are there so few males here? Are they kept somewhere else? Vela seemed uncomfortable with the question. They are rare and precious. She finally admitted, our males have become fewer with each generation. Those that remain are often weak. They cannot sire healthy offspring. We face extinction within 3 generations. Maya began to understand the Queen's interest in Sam. It wasn't just scientific curiosity. They were desperate. That evening, Maya was summoned to a private audience with the Queen. She found her radiance in a massive laboratory surrounded by screens displaying what looked like genetic information. You have questions, the Queen stated without preamble. Maya nodded. Several, Your Majesty. Why are you so interested in Sam specifically? The Queen gestured to the screens. Your young warrior has unusual genetic markers. His DNA shows remarkable adaptability. Our scientists believe he might be compatible. Compatible? Maya repeated, feeling a chill run down her spine. You want to use him to save your species? The Queen's 6 eyes blinked in sequence. Not him alone. We would need more humans. But he could be the first to prove the concept. That explains the medical scans and special diet. Maya realized we would not harm him. The Queen continued. Only collect genetic material. If compatible, we would create hybrids. A new generation of Zarelians with human strength and adaptability. And what would Sam get in return? Maya asked. The Queen seemed surprised by the question. Life as royalty, technology, knowledge, power. What more could he want? How about freedom? Maya countered. How about letting him make his own choice? The Queen was silent for a long moment. Her eyes blinked in that strange pattern again. Perhaps you are right. Human cooperation would be preferable to coercion. I will speak with him tomorrow. He may choose freely. But know this, his choice affects all of you. The repair of your ship depends on his answer. Maya was escorted back to her quarters with this ultimatum weighing on her. When she saw Sam, she told him everything about the Queen's plans and the fate of their crew resting on his decision. I don't know what to do, he admitted, sitting on the edge of his bed. They need help and we could gain amazing technology, but being a breeding specimen, it should be your choice, Maya said firmly. Not the Queen's ultimatum. I don't trust her. That night as Maya slept, she was awakened by alarms blaring throughout the palace. Guards rushed past her door. She tried to see Sam through the barrier, but his room was empty. Panic rose in her throat. Had he tried to escape? Or had something worse happened? Vela appeared at her door. Come quickly, she urged. The palace is under attack, Maya asked, hurrying to follow the smaller alien who would attack those who opposed the Queen. Vela explained, leading her down unfamiliar corridors. A faction of Xerelians who believe that mixing with other species will destroy us. They learned of your young warrior. They seek to kill him. Maya felt her blood run cold. Where is he? She demanded. The Queen took him to the secure bunker, Vela replied. We must join them. They hurried through increasingly ancient parts of the palace. Vela placed her six-fingered hand on various panels to open hidden doors. As they descended deeper, Maya heard explosions from above. They reached a massive door carved with ancient symbols. Vela pressed her palm against it and it slowly swung open. Inside was a vast chamber filled with advanced technology. The Queen stood at its center with Sam beside her, along with Captain Kate and several scientists. Maya, Sam called when he saw her, his face showing relief. You're safe. What is happening? Maya asked, looking between him and the Queen traditionalists. The Queen explained. Those who would rather see our species die than evolve. They have opposed my research for years. Screens around the chamber showed the palace under attack. Xerelian rebels using powerful weapons against the royal guards. The fighting was fierce. I have made my decision, Sam announced suddenly. I will help them, Maya. But only if the entire crew is freed immediately. The Queen seemed startled but nodded. We will send your people home with gifts of technology as promised. You will remain as our guest and genetic donor. Then you may rejoin them. 1 year. That is all we ask. A tremendous explosion shook the bunker. Debris fell from the ceiling. We must move. Her radiance to the secondary location. A guard announced. The rebels have breached the 3rd level. The Queen looked at Sam. What is your answer? Human, we must leave now. Sam looked at Maya. Then, at Captain Kate, who nodded slightly. I agree to your terms, he said. 1 year. Then I return home. The Queen seemed to relax. Then we have a pact, she declared. Now we must escape. As they hurried through ancient tunnels beneath the palace. Maya kept close. To Sam, I hope you know what you're doing, she whispered. He gave her a grim smile. I don't, but I know they need help and Earth needs allies. This seems like the best way. Captain Kate fell into step beside them. The crew leaves tomorrow, she said, but I've volunteered to stay as Earth representative and Maya am appointing you as security liaison. Someone needs to watch over our boy. Here Maya felt relief flood through her. She wouldn't have to leave Sam behind. They emerged in a distant part of the city, far from the fighting. A massive underground complex served as the Queen's secondary palace. Guards took up positions while scientists quickly set up equipment. The Queen approached Sam now that they were safe. You have made a wise choice. Human, your bravery will be remembered in Xerelian history. Maya watched the exchange carefully, noticing how the Queen looked at Sam. There was more to this story. She was certain, and she intended to discover what it was. No matter what agreement had been made, she would protect Sam. That was her duty and her promise. The bunker shook with another explosion. Dust fell from the ceiling. The Queen moved to a central control panel, activating defensive systems. Maya watched as screens showed the rebels progress. They were using advanced weapons, cutting through security barriers with alarming speed. We must move deeper, the Queen announced. There is a final sanctuary. Even the rebels do not know about, as they hurried through narrow corridors. Maya kept close to Sam. Captain Kate followed behind them, watching the Xerelians with suspicious eyes. The sounds of battle grew more distant as they descended further into the planet's crust. They entered a massive chamber unlike anything Maya had seen before. It appeared ancient with walls covered in glowing symbols. The technology here seemed different from the modern Xerelian devices. A mixture of crystal formations and metal constructs hummed with energy. "This is the birthplace of our civilization," the Queen explained. "The place where our ancestors first emerged from the Se. The rebels would never desecrate this sacred ground. Scientists quickly set up equipment transferring data from portable devices." The Queen approached Sam. Her expression was solemn. "The attack has accelerated our timeline," she said. "We must proceed." Immediately with the next phase, Sam glanced at Maya before responding. "What next phase?" "The creation of the first embryo." The Queen stated, "We have enough genetic material from you now. We need only a suitable human female to carry it." All eyes turned to Maya. She felt a chill run down her spine. "I volunteer," Captain Kate said, suddenly stepping forward. The Queen seemed startled. Everyone looked at Kate in surprise, including Maya. "If someone must be the first, it should be me," Kate continued. "I am the ranking officer. The responsibility is mine." The Queen studied her. "The procedure is not without risk." "I understand," Kate replied, "and I accept those risks." Maya pulled Kate aside. "What are you doing?" she whispered. "Buying us time." Kate murmured back, "They won't hurt me. I'm too valuable as a diplomatic connection. I need you to focus on finding the traitor and a way out of here." "If things go wrong," before Maya could respond, the Queen announced, "We accept your offer, Captain. The procedure will begin shortly." Scientists led Kate to a separate area of the chamber Maya wanted to follow, but Sam stopped her. "Let her do this," he said softly. "She's trying to protect you." Maya nodded reluctantly, turning her attention to the Xerelians in the chamber. She watched them carefully, looking for any signs of suspicious behavior. Her eyes kept returning to Vela, who seemed unusually nervous. Hours passed. The rebels had apparently lost their trail. The Queen remained in the laboratory area with Captain Kate, while Sam was taken for more tests. Maya used this opportunity to approach Vela. "I need to know something," she said quietly. "Is the Queen telling us everything about these procedures? Are they really safe?" Vela hesitated, her 4 eyes blinking rapidly. "The procedures are experimental," she admitted. "All previous attempts with other species failed at different stages. Some embryos formed, but none survived to birth, and the surrogate mothers." Maya pressed. "What happened to them?" Vela looked away. "Some survived. Some did not." The Queen's desperation grows with each failure. Maya felt sick. "What about human compatibility? How certain are they it will work with us?" "Our preliminary tests are promising," Vela said, "but nothing is certain. The Queen believes humans are our last hope." A commotion from the laboratory area drew their attention. The Queen emerged looking pleased. Captain Kate followed her. She appeared tired but unharmed. The procedure was successful. The Queen announced, "The first embryo has been created and implanted. It carries the genetic markers of both species. If it survives, it will be the first of a new generation." Maya rushed to Kate's side. "Are you all right?" she asked. Kate nodded. "Just tired," she replied. "They used some kind of sedative. I don't remember much." The Queen approached them. "We must monitor the captain's condition closely. The next few days are critical." She turned to Maya. "Now we wait." That night Maya sat with Sam in a quiet corner of the chamber. Kate was resting under observation. They spoke in whispers. "I don't like this," Sam admitted. "The Queen is hiding something. I can feel it." Maya nodded. "Remember what Vela said about other species? Other failed attempts. Something isn't adding up." Sam leaned closer. "Kate took a huge risk." "Why would she do that?" "To protect you, Maya. replied, and to gain access to their medical procedures, she wants to learn everything she can. Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden power fluctuation. The ancient lights dimmed, then returned to full brightness. Guards moved quickly, checking. Security systems. Just a minor fluctuation, a scientist announced. Nothing to worry about. But Maya noticed Vela slipping away from the main group. She decided to follow, keeping to the shadows. The smaller alien moved through a narrow passage to a secluded area of the chamber. There she activated a hidden panel and began entering commands. Maya watched silently as Vela accessed files on the terminal. Images appeared showing what looked like medical records. Maya couldn't read the Zerelian text, but the diagrams were clear. They showed embryonic development followed by failure patterns, the same sequence repeated with slight variations. Vela downloaded something to a small device, then quickly closed the panel. Maya retreated before being spotted. Returning to Sam, she described what she'd seen. She's definitely hiding something, he agreed. But is she the traitor or is she investigating on her own? The answer came sooner than expected. An alarm blared throughout the chamber. Guards rushed to defensive positions. They have found us, the Queen announced. The traitor has revealed our location. All eyes turned to Vela, who stood frozen by the laboratory entrance. The Queen approached her. 6 eyes narrowed in anger. You betrayed us. Her radiance hissed. Vela drew herself up defiantly. I betrayed no one. I sought the truth. The truth you have hidden from everyone, including these humans. The Queen hesitated. What truth? The genetic poisoning of our males. Vela said. It wasn't caused by enemy weapons as you claim. It was deliberately engineered by our ancestors, our females, the original queens. They feared male dominance. They created the degradation to ensure female rule, but it spread too far too fast. Now we face extinction. Gasps echoed through the chamber. The Queen's advisors looked shocked. That is forbidden knowledge. The Queen said, her voice dangerously quiet. How did you access it? I am older than I appear. Vela replied. I served your mother. I saw the ancient records before they were sealed. I know what we did to ourselves. And these humans deserve to know before they help create a new generation that might carry the same genetic time bomb. The Queen seemed to deflate, her regal posture slumping. Is this why you contacted the rebels? To expose. I did not contact the rebels. Vela insisted I sought only the truth. Someone else is the traitor. As if on cue, an explosion rocked the chamber. A section of wall collapsed and armed Zerelians poured in. Their weapons were aimed at the Queen and the humans. The lead rebel stepped forward. Her skin was darker than the Queen's, her 6 eyes blazing with intensity. So the rumors are true, she said. You hide in the sacred chamber with your alien pets. Sam stepped forward, surprising everyone. I am not a pet, he said. I am a representative of Earth, and I am here by choice. The rebel leader laughed. You know nothing human. She turned to her followers. Destroy the laboratory, kill the Queen. The humans are mine. Chaos erupted. Guards fought rebels. Scientists. Scattered equipment sparked and exploded. Maya grabbed Sam's arm, pulling him behind a crystal formation. Captain Kate joined them, looking pale but determined. We need to get out of here, she said. I overheard the rebels. They plan to kill all of us. Maya looked around for an escape route, but the fighting blocked every exit. They were trapped in the ancient chamber as a centuries-old conflict reached its violent climax. Around them, the birthplace of Zerelian civilization was being destroyed in the name of preserving it. The battle raged across the ancient chamber. Scientists fell alongside guards. The Queen fought with surprising skill, wielding an energy weapon against the rebels. Maya, Sam, and Captain Kate remained hidden, watching in horror as Zerelians killed each other. We need a plan, Maya said desperately. Kate nodded weakly. Her hand pressed against her stomach. I'm not feeling right, she admitted. Something about the procedure? Sam looked concerned. Are you in pain? Little Kate replied. But that's not important. Now we need to contact Earth somehow. Let them know what's happening. Vela appeared suddenly, slipping behind their cover. She looked injured. purple blood seeping from a wound on her arm. "I can help," she whispered. "I know a way out. An ancient passage can. We trust you." Maya asked. Vela held out a small device. "The truth," she said, pressing it into Maya's hand. "All of it. The Queen's secrets, the failed experiments. Everything. I was going to send it to your people, to warn them." Maya took the device, tucking it safely away. Then Lead-On Vela guided them along the wall, keeping low. They dodged energy blasts and falling debris. As they reached a hidden panel, the rebel leader spotted them. "The humans are escaping," she shouted. "Stop them." The Queen turned, seeing their escape attempt. She raised her weapon, but instead of firing at them, she targeted the rebel leader. A direct hit sent the rebel commander crashing into a control panel. "Go," the Queen called to them, surprising Maya. "Save what we have created." Vela activated the hidden panel, revealing a narrow tunnel. The humans hurried inside, with Vela following last. The passage sealed behind them, plunging them into darkness until crystal formations in the walls began to glow, providing dim light. They moved quickly through the tunnel, Kate leaning heavily on Sam for support. She looked worse with each passing minute. "We need to stop," Maya said. "She needs rest." Vela shook her head. "Not yet. We are not safe. The rebels will find other ways in." They pressed on, eventually reaching a small chamber with ancient technology. "This was an emergency evacuation point," Vela explained. "For the original Queens. One of the few remaining. Only royal blood can activate it. But you're not royal," Maya pointed out. Vela hesitated, then held up her wounded arm. "Royal blood flows in my veins too. I am the Queen's cousin. A secret kept for political reasons." She approached the central crystal, pressing her bleeding arm against it. The crystal began to glow brighter. Responding to her DNA transport activated, a mechanical voice announced in ancient Zerelian. Kate collapsed suddenly, Sam catching her before she hit the floor. She was burning with fever, her skin pale. "Something's wrong," she gasped. "The embryo, the procedure." Vela rushed to her side, examining her with concern. "The hybrid is rejecting her system," she said. "It happens faster in humans than the other species. The Queen must have known this would happen. Can you help her?" Maya asked desperately. Vela shook her head. "Not here. We need medical facilities. The transport will take us to another royal bunker. It has what we need." The crystal glowed brighter. The air around them began to shimmer. Maya held on to Sam, who supported Kate between them. Vela stood at the crystal, maintaining the connection with her blood. The world dissolved around them. When it reformed, they were in a sterile white chamber with advanced medical equipment. Vela immediately went to a control panel, activating systems. "Put her here," she directed, pointing to a medical bed. Sam and Maya carefully moved Kate. The captain was barely conscious now. Her breathing labored. Vela worked quickly, connecting diagnostic equipment, setting up treatment protocols. On the screens, Zerelian text flashed alongside medical readings. "The hybrid embryo is too aggressive," Vela explained. "It is attacking her system. I must remove it." "Will that save her?" Sam asked. Vela nodded. "But we must be quick. The damage is spreading." Maya held Kate's hand while Vela prepared the procedure. "Hang on," she whispered. "We're going to help you." Kate's eyes fluttered open. "I had to protect you," she said weakly. The Queen, she knew it would fail. She needed data. Human data. She was just using us. "Save your strength," Maya urged. "We know now. We have evidence." Vela administered a sedative. Kate drifted into unconsciousness. The alien worked with practiced efficiency, using tools Maya didn't recognize. Within minutes, she had extracted something small and placed it in a containment field. It was never viable. Vela said sadly, examining the tiny embryo. The Queen's desperation clouded her judgment. "The compatibility issues remain." "What now?" Sam asked. "What about Kate?" "The procedure is complete," Vela replied. "She will recover, but we must leave soon. This facility will be detected eventually." Maya examined the device Vela had given her. It contained thousands of files, research data, failed experiments, medical records from other species. She realized the true value of what they now possessed. Leverage. With this we can negotiate, she said. We know the truth about what happened to their males, what they've done to other species. We can offer real help instead of being test subjects. Vela nodded. You understand the Queen is not evil, but her methods, her secrecy, they have cost lives. We can find another way. A better way. 3 days later, Kate had recovered enough to travel. Vela showed them to a small ship in a hidden hangar. This will take you to orbit, she explained. Your Earth vessel should detect you. The communication equipment will allow you to contact them. Maya looked at the alien. Who are you really? Vela smiled slightly. I told you. I served the Queen's mother. I saw the corruption, the secrets. I have waited generations for someone who could help break the cycle. The rebels are wrong to use violence, but the Queen is wrong to use deception. Both paths lead to extinction. And now Sam asked. Now you have the truth, she replied. Use it wisely. Earth and Zerelia could still help each other. Not through forced hybridization, but through cooperation. Your scientists, your medical knowledge. They might find a cure for our genetic damage. You could come with us. Maya offered. Vela shook her head. My place is here. I must try to end the conflict. I have royal blood. I have some influence. Perhaps when you return with help, they said their goodbyes. Sam and Maya helping Kate aboard the small craft. As they prepared for launch, Maya looked at the data device again. We need to be careful with this, she said to the others. If Earth learns what the Zerelians did, what they tried to do to us, they might refuse to help them altogether. They might even retaliate. Sam nodded, thinking. We tell them enough to understand, but not everything. Not yet. Not until we're sure who can be trusted. Ship lifted off, rising through hidden access tunnels toward the surface. As they broke through into open air, they saw the devastation of the royal city. Fires burned across the landscape. Evidence of the rebellion. Maya activated the communication system, broadcasting on Earth frequencies. This is Lieutenant Maya Bennett to any Earth vessels we have. Captain Catherine Morris and Specialist Samuel Wright, requesting emergency extraction from Zerelian airspace. 3 humans for immediate evacuation as they ascended toward orbit. The Zerelian world grew smaller beneath them. Maya thought about everything they had learned. The Queen's desperation, the ancient secret, the failed experiments, the lies and deceptions. She wondered if Earth would help the dying species or turn away in disgust at their methods. The communication system crackled to life. Earth vessel responding. Lieutenant Bennett. Prepare for rendezvous. Maya looked at Sam, who nodded. They would return to Earth with their knowledge and evidence. They would tell their story, carefully seeking a middle path between abandoning the Zerelians to their fate and blindly helping a species that had deceived them. And perhaps someday they would return. Not as test subjects, but as true allies. The choice would be theirs this time. Maya remembered where it all began, with the alien Queen pointing to the youngest human soldier and saying, "He will be mine." Such a simple beginning to such a complex story, a story that was far from over.